Sand isn't transparent, but glass is. So how does that make any sense? That question bothered me so much, so I started digging into it. And that's how this video happened. First thing you need to know is that not all the sand is the same. You can't just grab sand from the beach and make it a clear glass. If you did, you would get something that looks more like a dark green or brown beer bottle. And that's because beach sand is full of impurities, especially iron. That's basically rust. And when iron melts into glass, it colors it green or brown. That's actually why traditional beer and wine bottles look like that. Glassmakers used cheaper, unpurified sand and just worked with the color that they had. But for things like windows or phone screens, you need something much cleaner. Manufacturers use almost pure white sand called silica. This sand comes from special quarries, not beaches. And getting it clean enough is a whole process. First, the sand is washed in massive rotating drums. The grain rub against each other, scraping off dirt and clay. Then comes magnets. Because iron is magnetic, powerful electromagnets pull tiny bits of metal out of the sand. What's left is almost perfect pure silica. And that purity is the key, because now when you melt it, there's nothing left to block the light. So what actually happens when you heat the sand? If you heat it to around 1700 degrees Celsius, the grain starts to melt. But here's the problem. 1700 degrees is extremely hot. So glassmakers cheat a little. They add an ingredient called soda ash to lower the melting temperature. But that creates a huge problem. Soda ash makes the glass dissolve in water. So they add a second ingredient, limestone, to make the glass waterproof. And once they melt, they stop being separate pieces. They turn into one smooth liquid. When it cools down, it becomes glass. That basic recipe is still used today: sand, soda ash, and limestone. Heat it up and you get glass. In modern factories, this happens at a massive scale. The mixture melts into the glowing liquid. Then it is shaped and cooled into perfectly flat sheets, and that's how we get windows, bottles, and phone screens. But then I started thinking, if a glass is made from sand, can we turn it back into the sand? Well, kind of. So to turn the glass back into the sand, we have to break it. Smash a glass bottle. You get shards. Grind those shards down enough and you get something that looks like sand. Not exact the same chemically, but visually pretty close. Recycling does exactly this. Glass is crushed, melted, and turned into the new glass again. And nature can do something similar. Imagine waves hitting a piece of glass on a beach. Over time, it gets tumbled around. It hits rocks, sand, other glasses. Slowly, it gets smaller and smoother. It can take hundreds or even thousands of years, but eventually, it turns into tiny grains, basically sand. The whole process can go in a loop. Sand becomes glass, glass breaks down, and over time becomes sand again. And if the glass is such a perfect material, why do we use so much plastic? Because glass and plastic are often used for the same things, bottles, packaging, but they behave very differently in nature. Plastic is made from oil, and when it breaks down, it doesn't return to something natural. It just becomes small and smaller pieces, microplastics. Tiny particles that end up in water, soil, even inside living organisms. But the glass is different. Because glass is basically melted sand, so when it breaks down, it doesn't create something new. It just becomes smaller pieces of the same material. In other words, it gets back to something very close to sand. That's why glass is often seen as more environmentally friendly. It can be recycled again and again without losing any quality. But the plastic is harder to recycle. Many types degrade each time, and a lot of never get recycled at all. But glass isn't perfect either. Making it requires a lot of heat, those furnaces use huge amounts of energy. And glass is heavy, which makes it expensive to transport. In some cases, plastic can actually be more efficient, which shows something important. There's no perfect material. Everything has trade-offs. But glass has one big advantage. At the end of its life, it can go right to where it started. Sand. And while I was researching this, I found a lot of other questions that I didn't make into this video, like how do you make a bulletproof glass? Can you get a sunburn through the window? And why does Coca-Cola taste better from a glass bottle? So if you're curious about stuff like that, subscribe. I'll be answering those in the future videos. And have you ever wondered why the snow is white? It has a lot of common with glass. You can watch it right here.